crowd begin to settle down for what I think would be one of the more eagerly awaited finals of the afternoon, the final of the ladies singles, featuring Han Ai-ping, 26-year-old Chinese world champion. The only lady ever to win 2 World Singles Championships. She won in Calgary in 1985. She successfully defended her title in Beijing in 1987. And I know that she will be in good training for the 1989 event to be held in Jakarta in Indonesia in June of this year. Our opponent is Lee Young-suk from Korea, the 18-year-old high school student. One of the girls leading the great improvement in Korean ladies badminton. Organisation here by the Hong Kong Association. No gaps between play. The rules, the laws of the game say that play shall be continuous. It would appear that they believe that organisation of the tournament should be continuous as well. Much to be admired.
And I think that an indication of the situation that we got here in Hong Kong is that normally when the ladies singles come on, most of the crowd leave and go out for a cup of tea, but not this one, because I think this could well be the final of this afternoon's program. I wonder how many times over the last 2 or 3 years we would have said that, and that's no disrespect to either of the finalists that we've had over the last 3 years. Han Ai-ping there in the picture, or the girl that's normally come out on top, Li Lingwei. Just that it does get a little bit monotonous when you have the same pair going for the title year after year. In 1985, Li Lingwei beat Han Ai-ping. That was in Tokyo. In 86, Li Lingwei beat Han Ai-ping in the final. That was in Kuala Lumpur. And in 87, Li Lingwei beat Han Ai-ping in the final. That was in Hong Kong. It's a little bit of a difference now because I think you've already heard, Lee Young-suk beat Li Lingwei in a superb semi-final yesterday, and Han Ai-ping had her work cut out to beat the Korean challenger Wang Hee-young in her semi-final. She lost the first game and really had to dig deep into her reserves to come back and make sure that at least there was one Chinese representative in this final.
You see her, Lee Young-suk from Busan, Southern Korea. She's only 18 years of age. She's a high school student. And even of these tender years, her modest ambition is to win the 1989 World Championships. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, she certainly showed yesterday that she has the capabilities of doing it. She certainly got the power of shot. A superb cross-court overhead she has. And I think it's important, as I think demonstrated in that men's singles final, that you do need a match-winning shot. You need one weapon that you can rely on to win the points. Han Ai-ping relies rather more on a general all-court game. Smash not really that strong. A lot of deception on it, of course, but I think we'll see the difference in the power when we get into the game.
There she is, the world champion, recently married. She's graced the badminton courts for many years. I'm sure everybody would wish her a long and happy married life. 26 years of age now against this young 18-year-old schoolgirl from Korea. characteristic knee bandage. And the crowd applaud.
First game, Lahore, Prix.
So, here we go, the first game of the ladies singles final. Han Ai-ping of China on the far side of the court. Plays one of her very favourite shots right away, wins the first point against Lee Young-suk of Korea.
And a real grimace on Lee's face as she's dropped 2 quick points. If the semi-final that we saw her play yesterday is anything to go by, she'll try for very few backhands high over her left shoulder. She'll reach over and try and take them on the forehand, and she was caught out on that previous occasion. Well, a racing start from Han Ai-ping.
The young Korean girl looks pretty nervous to me. She started yesterday in her semi-final against Lee Ling-wei with lots of confidence. I wonder whether she didn't expect to win that, having won it yesterday so well. She might just be beginning to believe that all things are possible. Certainly she's not in this match yet.
Of course, she's beaten Han Ai-ping on the 2 occasions they've met. The last time was in Hong Kong in the final of the Hong Kong Open, and before then it was in the quarterfinals of the All England. Superb recovery from Han Ai-ping, and what a good rally. Terrific stuff.
Now let's watch this net shot. Look at the stretch she made, cuts it across the court, just takes the tape and no more, and over it goes. Six love, first game.
Ai-ping really playing with conviction here, and 8 love. Who would have believed that, having seen Lee Young-suk do a real demolition job on Lee Ling-wei yesterday?
Young Korean girl doing just the right thing. She's got to play a few rallies, get into the game. So far she's really outgunned.
Game point already. Goodness me. Poor Lee Young-suk can't do a thing right at the moment.
Called out.
Well, Han Ai-ping almost finished the game as she started with that deceptive forehand cross court. That's long. So game point number 2. Well, I would think this game's probably beyond the reach of Lee Young-suk, but at least she can get a few points under her belt to get the feel of the game, which she certainly hasn't got at the moment.
That's her favourite shot, but it was well out.
10 love.
That's better. Good placement.
Love 10.
Breaks her duck.
110.
And I think watching it, leaving it, looking at the linesman, called in.
And I think moving Lee Young-suk around the court beautifully and keeping the shuttle away from the real weapon of the young Korean girl, that cross-court overhead.
Service over. 110. Service over.
Probably the right shot, but
10-1.
couldn't pull it off. It's a dangerous one, the cross-court from the net, when it's well below the level of the net, as that one was. Out it goes. 11-1 to the world champion in the first game in only 8 minutes. I think it would be fair to say that Chinese girls are very well aware that their major opposition in the world now are the Korean girls, so they've always got a point to prove, and she certainly proved it there.
Well, I've not seen Han Ai-ping play such convincing badminton for a long time, so she's really had a chat with the coach, and they said, listen.
Prix.
So here we go, in the second game of this ladies singles final. Lee Young-suk with something to do now, because she lost that first game in just 8 minutes to 1. And having trouble again judging the baseline.
1 love.
Say again, she hasn't particularly had that problem, but the men playing in the singles final before her certainly did.
Another good drop shot from Han Ai-ping. Here you see it again. Cut tight on the net. Only 2 feet over. It's a tough one to recover from in ladies singles.
Long.
3 love.
Enjoying herself there, look. She knew it wasn't going to go over. She really is being worked all around the court.
I think it's Han Ai-ping that's looking like the 18-year-old at the moment, moving very well.
It's extraordinary. dropped back on Lee Young-suk's side of the court.
And climbed the net and looked over, but decided that it wouldn't go. 4-love, second game.
Service over.
And I think makes a gesture of annoyance. A burst of applause from the Korean support in the crowd. No doubt at all that the young Korean girl wants to try and play as many long rallies as she can. There's 8 years between them. The longer she can keep Han Ai-ping on the court, the better the chance she must have. Han Ai-ping had a long, hard semi-final last night. At the moment, she really is playing very well. That rally, Han Ai-ping concentrating deep into Lee Young-suk's backhand corner, and on occasions forcing her actually to play shots on her backhand, which she doesn't much like doing, and she doesn't have much range of shots. Han Ai-ping played the rally perfectly and then just missed what would have been the winning shot.
Applause there for a correct judgment on the baseline, one of the few we've seen.
Service over.
And then she goes and gives it away with a loose service.
4-2. Service over.
Good.
That's the place. Deep in the backhand corner.
2-4.
I'm sorry, the forehand corner. Deep in the corners of the court in singles. That's where you want to keep quite a lot of the shuttle. There. There's a good picture of it. Oh, what a gate. Marvellous shot from the young Korean girl. Ping plays the push way into the forehand. Look at the effort she made, and there you saw it, cross-court, clear winner. 3-4. That's more like it. Oh.
So Lee Young-suk back in the game, 4-all in this second game of the ladies singles final.
And another beauty. She's got her cross-court working well.
5-4.
And giving Han Ai-ping a dose of her own medicine there, putting it high over her left shoulder, and Han Ai-ping having to stretch over to try and catch it on the forehand. Of course, that pulls her further wide, further away from the centre of the court.
So she goes into the lead for the very first time in the match. That's a confidence booster. Oh, what a lovely placement again.
Service over. 4-5.
Very intelligent there. I thought that Han Ai-ping was lining up for a cross court, and it went down the line instead.
Chinese world champions just slowed a little bit. She played the first game at
4-5.
whirlwind pace. Obviously couldn't keep up that speed the whole way through. Lee Young-suk back in the rallies, back in the match now. Lovely straight drop. Caught Lee Young-suk out of position. She was moving backwards, had to change direction. Came in for it, got a racket to it, but couldn't quite control it. Good rally. 5-all. Second game. Semi-final, the winning shot was the round the head smash going the other way. She's changed direction almost completely today. The winning shot seems to be the one down Han Ai-ping's forehand.
Judgment from Han Ai-ping. Dropped just out. Service goes back. The girls stuck on 5 points apiece for the moment in this second game.
Some good pictures there. You can see just how accurate some of the play was. The shuttle didn't move much more than a couple of inches from the sideline.
Really asked to cover the entire court during that rally.
5-all.
She actually forced a weak defensive shot out of Lee Young-suk. Had the rally there for the winning. Pushed the winning shot really quite wide of the sideline. Good match now. There's a real battle between Korea and China in the ladies' game. China dominant for years, holders of the Uber Cup, but they know that these Korean girls are getting better all the time.
Service over.
High serve called just out.
5-all.
So Han Ai-ping will be very keen to win this one.
Service over. 5-all. Service over. 5-all.
Every Chinese point cheer to the echo here. We're in Hong Kong, a lot of support for Han Ai-ping. Great drop shot right into the middle of the court. Look how tight that was over the net.
7-5.
Good example of just how you play tight net shot in singles, following it in. 7-5. Second game. Beginning to look as if the effort that Lee Young-suk made to get herself back into this match, she got back to 4-all. She led 5-4. Maybe that's taken just a little too much out of her.
And I think it really is a case of experience telling now, because An Ping really worked hard in that rally, and she threw all the tricks that she knew at Lee Young-suk. Great rally, great reply from Lee Young-suk. Well, this is more like the player we saw in action yesterday against Lei-Ling Wei.
Cross-court smash, An Ping can't reach it.
5-9.
She's still got a lot of work to do, leading or trailing 5-9 in the second game, having lost the first to 1. Working for her yesterday, but she's been very loose with that today.
Yes, that's 2 or 3 points in the second game. She's pushed out quite badly down that forehand corner.
Not messing about, going straight at the body of Lee Young-suk, lining up as if to go cross-court, and that gives her match point.
Oh, that was out, I'm sure. She's done it. 11-5, she wins the second game, following her win by 11-1 in the first. And I think the world champion takes the ladies singles title against Lee Young-suk of Korea. A real contest in the second game, having given her young opponent a bit of a lesson in the first. There you see the last point again, backhand clear, high clear from Lee Young-suk, left and well out, and An Ping delighted to take the ladies singles in the Grand Prix finals. So despite the ever-increasing challenge from Korean ladies, not much doubt that it was fairly comprehensively repelled there. And An Ping led 10-love in the first game, won the first game 11-1. And although it was very close up until about 5-all, 5-6 in the second game, came away strongly in the end to win it 11-1, 11-5. second game taking 16 minutes. Once again, prize-giving ceremony being set up. It'll be interesting to see just how Korean girls mount a challenge to Chinese in the World Championships coming up in Indonesia at the end of June. So the prize-giving ceremony being lined up. So there she is, the happy winner, Han Haiping from China. Gets a big cheer from the crowd.
Ladies singles, the equal throws are Eden White of China.
Andrew, you did. So there she is, the happy winner, Han Haiping, the world champion, now the Grand Prix champion. Gets a big cheer from the crowd. And young Lee Young-suk. I'm going to do this last match. Thanks, Andrew.